Oh, yes, here we are again, and this is a very big one. But oh wait, I seem to be out of costume. Let's see. Let's fix that for a minute.
His
And
acting is 100% real, people.
there we are.
Yes. And of course, it can't be a Seth MacFarlane birthday stream without his first character, Peter Griffin.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I mean, yeah, pros and cons and stuff. And
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people hate Peter for a really good reason.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. There's a thing called flanderization where characters slowly evolve into bad character developing, becoming like a different personality, not the way how they used to be.
Yeah. The reason why I heard people say they hate Griffin because he's really mean against Meg and stuff, and he don't really give a crap a lot and stuff, and yeah, it's just basically it.
Well, there's more to that. Okay, he's
Well,
caused. Yeah.
I was about to explain like the backstory about Peter, like how he is today. Like, of course, like learned that he was born in Mexico and all that, and realizing his real father was Irish and all that. And here were flaws here and there.
Yeah, and the fact that the way it gave birth was like the kids were beating up his mom like a pinata and came out, and he got beaten up by his sister a lot, and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
explains
the
a
reason
lot.
why he picks on Meg.
Yeah, and then with Peter, like, yeah, sometimes he could be good or bad, like mostly bad at times, but like his jokes, like, yeah, they're kind of clever.
And yeah, like I always find him funny every here and then, but there's only one person that can just will be one up, and we'll get to that certain one later. But I would say what I like about Peter is, of course, yeah, the voice that McFarlane did for him, which he took inspiration from this security guard when he was in art school.
Ah, so I guess that security guard had that accent they was using for Peter.
That's what he just said.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
before Family Guy was even a thing, he worked on two different shows called The Life of Larry and Larry and Steve, where it focuses around this man that were by McFarlane. You he does Peter and Brian.
Hmm.
uh, uh, but overall with Peter, yeah, like his group of friends, like sometimes they get in situations. It's mostly because of Peter or whatnot, but I mean, at least he tries to help sometimes. Like, remember that episode where they met like Quagmire's like brother-in-law and all that?
Um,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
well,
that's one of
I
the.
haven't really seen it, but I have heard a lot of stories behind it.
But overall, Peter Griffin, yeah, I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
Same to you.
6.
Depending
All
on the episode, that is, yeah, because he could just somehow just really get on my nerves with his stupid in
right.
and out. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, remember the one where he accidentally crushed Lois in his sleep, and Lois was explained that he wants to keep her up all night while writing something, and he's using a giant quill, and he's like writing, is like
it was a feather.
a feather.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the few times I first saw Peter Griffin from Family Guy is, of course, like with the rockets and like exploding his whole like fingers and all that.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
that's a
you mean
very
the
stupid thing
dynamite?
to do.
Yeah, that was like whoa. Because yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that clip years ago on YouTube when I was a kid. I was like, dang.
I don't know how I stumbled upon it. Maybe I was maybe through channels as a kid. Maybe I accessed it wrong. I don't remember, but that's how I discovered that. And I didn't see how he blew up his fingers. I just saw they that's like a question and to get his fingers. And one of the scenes that Herbert the pervert's dog was trying to get after it, and yeah.
Yeah.
There's just too much. There's just too much for me. I mean, I guess I do kind of like Electric Man, where he like put on the footy pajamas and starts shocking everybody.
Oh, I heard about that, and I saw a clip on YouTube where Lois hired Quagmire to remove the carpeting.
Yeah,
and he
Yeah.
thought it was something else.
and of course, we'll continue later.
I
Yeah.
also like one of the scenes was like when he was fighting the Riddler.
Yeah, like one cutaway and stuff.
Uh-huh.
There's also one. There's a cutaway. Where he tried to order ants around, but they apparently killed him.
Yeah. But yeah, one of Seth MacFarlane's like well-known characters. Like yeah. Next up on our list,
Ah, yes.
Stewie.
Stewie, the son of the Griffin family, also the brains.
Or just say youngest son, because of course, yeah, there's two sons.
Two songs.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. My bad, but yeah, Stewie. He's British. He's evil. He's a genius. Somehow, for some reason, but it happens.
He's basically the dirty version of Dexter.
Anyway, yeah,
The reason why he's a genius is because he's based off this character called Jimmy Corrigan, the smartest kid on earth. He's an infant who builds things to escape from his mother, so there's kind of similarities.
never heard of it, but okay.
We get it.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
oh crap! God dang it! Oh mother fricker!
What?
I was taking a sip of my root beer that's in a glass bottle, and you know how sometimes sodas fizz up? Well, mine did, and it just spilled all over in my bed. God dang it! Be right back.
That's a bummer.
Well, Stewie Griffin, like yeah, he started off as an evil baby, like in the first couple of seasons and all that, because mostly hating Lois, and then like throughout the newer like episodes that came along like years and years and all that, he became soft until like this one episode where he had this evil clone of him.
Well, I mean, even while that still happened, he still retained, a sympathetic side. But I do agree. In the earlier seasons, it was kind of a little bit, I don't know, a little bit crazy and irritating for me to see him just try to kill Lewis for God knows why. But now that Lewis has gone to, flanderization as well, very badly, I think he does deserve to kind of like off her.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
And hey Christian. And one of the other scenes I saw on YouTube years ago was like the scene where Stewie's beating up Brian.
Oh, right, because of the bets.
The bet. Where's my money? Where's my money?
Yeah. So what were you talking about? While I was gone for a couple seconds.
Oh no, just Stewie's change. How he was just 100% completely evil, but now he's just sympathetic and just has his moments.
Yeah, and he is somewhat gay.
Yeah, Robert, what are you doing?
So yeah, and another thing about Stewie, like, he actually made a clone of himself. Like he started his evil self, and he became a nice one, and his evil self started terrorizing everyone.
Yeah, we did mention that earlier, but yeah, just cutting up Brian, so that was like whoa, and then like getting a sword and chopping that lady and have to just get the car and all that.
Yeah, and he lured the Kool-Aid Man, which is also voiced by Seth MacFarlane. We'll get to that in a little bit. He pretended to be everyone's saying, "Oh no, oh no, oh no," and he went, "Oh yeah," and he smashed it with a bat and he started licking him.
Yep. But yeah, with Stewie being gay, like that's like one of like the few surprises over the years, like with especially with his like teddy bear Ruperts. But
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and it's really noticeable. Like one example, and the scene where Lois gets chokes, and Jerome was trying to choke her, and he's like doing it very sexually. And after that, Stewie said, "I would like to have what she's having."
Mm-hmm.
And when Stewie and Brian were hopping through dimensions, one of them involved a lot of gay men, and Stewie said, "Love it," and then Brian says, "Hate it."
Yeah, one of the new few clips on, Family Guy I saw was like there was a new handyman that was like fixing the house. And legit, it was Lois, Meg looking at his
Oh
ass, and then
yeah, I
Stewie looked at
saw
that
that on
too.
my old channel.
Um,
Yeah, I remember that.
And then Rupert looked too, and then like Stewie slapped him, saying, "No, no."
Really, I actually did not see that part, but Stewie, would you consider him as a main antagonist of the show?
no, not anymore. I mean, that depends on like that depends on like episodes. Like Stewie kills Lewis and Lewis kills Stewie, but he's just. I mean, consider that just anti-hero type.
Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was yeah with his inventions. It was surprising that he made a Terminator like version of like Peter from the future.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, which was
and the
wow.
fact that when they're going through dimensions, one of them involved him and Brian being live action and going to a Disney part type universe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The Dimension ones were like really really nice. Like one of the best in my opinion.
Yeah,
yeah,
what's your
that was
favorite
like
dimension?
yeah. Hmm? Oh, yeah,
What's your favorite? Oh,
favorite one. Yes, I do agree. Like, yes, the Disney universe.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool.
Blitz.
But let's see here. Like the Robot Chicken Dimension.
Uh,
Uh,
And like to find out like it was Seth Green that like helped out because it was a show that he created, and I just like how Chris like Matt said "fuck you."
yeah. Also, there's one where the dimension has two heads. One is happy, one is sad, and one involves Stewie actually kissing his head.
Yeah, and then of course the last one they entered was the Dog Dimension.
Yeah, which Brian really enjoyed, and he actually destroyed the dimension teleporter thing to live in that world. So,
Yeah, and then
and it's
Human Brian.
interesting to, yeah, and it's really interesting to see human Brian because we always wondered what would it look like if Brian was human, and there you go, and it actually does not look that bad.
I mean, yeah, and then he just got hit by a car and then died.
although,
Oh,
yeah, his human. Oh, right. Yeah. Wait a second. When you said that, that was right. So that's exactly what that one fact said that I read about. So once Brian died, like that's the same way how his human counterpart died. So that's what they meant, right?
Yeah.
oh, but we'll get to that in a little bit when we get to Brian. But for Stewie, final rating, I would say 8 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
11 out of 10 because I really do consider him to be the funniest Family Guy character ever because he just has the best lines and the best insults, the best of everything.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and remember that scene as we posted a video on your channel, Fresh, where he saw Bombing Farron fall down the stairs and it's like cool.
Yes.
And let's not forget one of the few funny moments from him from last year was like when he like cursed in that church.
Oh yeah, because he found out there weren't going to be any cookies.
Hmm. Hey, you remember that iconic scene where they're like the what was it? What would you call that place where like the horses are racing and you bet on them?
What you mean, like just what, like
Oh yeah, are you talking about that dog one?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, with Seabiscuit, and I know where you're going for, and yeah, as Brian went over to tackle Seabreeze, and Lois's dad is like, he's violating Seabreeze, and then Pierre's like, oh no, he's getting awkward. Now he's violating Seabreeze, and then so oh, ow, oh, ow, bam.
Yeah.
oh right.
I just find it funny that Stewie did that, and how Seth MacFarlane did it like that. I can't even pull it off really, but he nailed it.
I mean, yeah. And then like
Yeah.
when he did when he did Stewie's voice without like the British accent, it was like wow.
Yeah, I was getting
Yeah,
to that too. Like how he just showed like everybody how he showed that his therapist of how the world sees him, but what he believes in and his own opinions, and he's spoken his actual quote unquote real voice, and then he showed off all the other impressions that he did to him, and it's just well, that's all.
Yeah.
Voice.
And I just love that the therapist is voiced by Sir Ian McKellen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that.
Oh, let's not forget his most running gag, the whip.
But why are you saying it like that? It's whip.
No, it's whip.
Stuart, why are you saying it like that? It's
What
whip.
say cool whip?
It's Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
Oh, god damn it. And then,
Don't be
like,
cruel.
oh yeah, it's cruel.
Crail.
Let's see. Okay, what else did he say? Okay, yeah. You should be all nice to Will Wheaton.
What'd you say?
What?
Will Wheaton.
It's Will
Do you mean
Wheaton.
Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton.
Say Will.
Wheaton.
Will.
Now say Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
I just love this, man. Hey, did you hang out with Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, yeah, that right there.
I don't know why you mentioned Whoopi Goldberg. Wait, was she part of the Star Trek cast?
What?
I don't know.
No.
But I don't know, because he just mentioned Whoopi Goldberg out of nowhere, so.
Yeah. Next character on the list.
Oh,
Brian.
All right.
Oh, never mind. I thought you mentioned Brian, but never mind. Okay, so Glenn Quagmire, or just Quagmire as he's known for. So he is one of Peter's best friends. He likes the ladies a lot, and his iconic is I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the many things that I kind of envy about people who can just say words really fast. And Seth, he does that really cool. And when Brock Baker did his impression, I was like, "Come on, I can't." Why? Why is everybody so good at this?
Yeah.
Also, he also used that along with Peter when they're both on a attack plane and they're using their iconics to use as bullets. While Peter uses that, and then Picard's like get it. So yeah, he has to be a total pro to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Man can do
And
everything.
with Quagmire, yes, being a ladies' man and all that, like, just try to get game and all that, but sometimes it can take the wrong turn because there was this one episode where he had, how would I say, intercourse with a underage, teenager.
Oh,
Well, what you
that-
expect? Yes, that's the most important part too. Even though he may be a ladies' man, but he's a freaking perv. He just.
I mean, yeah, because, there was that episode where, like, he was in the woman's bathroom when Lois was using it.
Oh.
And then, like, I like how they were roasting Quagmire, and then eventually they roasted Bonnie about, like, her being pregnant for 5 years.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's got a good point. I mean, yeah, she has been pregnant ever since she first appeared, or like, in the original. Was she in the original Family Guy?
Wait, what do you mean original?
Like, the 1990s version, not the 2000s version.
What, dude? It's the same Family Guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but anyways, yeah, she's been pregnant since then. Just a continuity thing, but anyways, but I do remember seeing a little bit of that episode as a kid where he was actually at a mall and he was like in a security room, like checking out security cameras. And a good thing too, because he saw one woman pass out and he gave her CPR.
Yeah, and then with Quagmire's childhood, like, basically because, his dad was on war, and then finding out that his dad was actually gay, and then turned to a trans. Like, yeah,
I didn't know that he was in the war.
Yeah, it was. And then, like, in this episode, like, yeah, explains, like, because one of his soldier mates, like, were asking, like, how his dad was great and all that. And it's in bed, too. It was like, Dad, are you gay? No, son, I'm not gay.
Wow.
Yeah. And then with his mom, like, ooh, like, just going out with guys every single day. I see where
I've never seen his mom before, but she sounds like a total slut.
I mean, and then she was voiced by Allison Janney.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Also, he got so mad at Brian for actually hanging out with his dad because he had no idea that was his dad at first.
Well, that's important too, because the reason why Glenn hates Brian is because it's how, yes, once again, Brian's bad character development, which everybody else, the viewers just hate him too. So that's a representation of everybody's hatred towards him.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a little bit. But for Glenn, even though he's a pervert a lot, he's still an interesting character. He's actually nice in some ways. Remember the one where Peter told Quagmire that his son got not expelled, suspended because told one of his dirty jokes, and he actually wanted him to tell him what it is, and he told it and made Peter poop his pants every time he hears the joke, and so Glenn and Joe started. Yeah, I said Joe, but trying to tell him the joke every time, like through text and stuff, and through dreams by Freddy Krueger. It's just crazy, man. And Peter went over the line to put on. I don't know how he got his pants. Maybe he broke into his house without him noticing. That he grabbed a hold of his pants and he wanted Joe to tell him, and he's like, "Joey, better not tell the joke, or I'll push you in the highway."
Wow, yeah. And another shocking factor about like Glenn Quagmire is like, yeah, he speaks Japanese because he was in a Japanese show.
Oh, I did not know that.
Because it was going back and forth with his mom and dad, and he was with his dad because he was at the war. And you know how you had to like go to place, for war, and one of them was Japan, and like finding out that Quagmire was in a Japanese show and like speaking Japanese was really cool, and then finding out like he's a pilot as well.
Yeah, like because
that is true. He is a pilot because it's shown. I've seen a couple clips in there, and he's actually showing one of his. Does he? How many daughters does he have?
One.
Okay,
Yeah.
one. Gotcha. And so he's showing his daughter how to fly a plane, and there's just this one plane that's upside down, and he's like, "No, you don't. She's taken," or something like that. I can't remember. And that one plane went into the other planes. And that was just weird, man.
Yeah.
The most shocking thing that I found fascinating is like he's older than he looks, because at first in the episode of Foxy Lady it was revealed that he was born in 1948, that he was 61 at the time, and now he's older than that right now. So
so apparently characters like these, because they never age, it's like Pokemon in a way, because Ash never ages, either the other characters, but it's just crazy, man. So this whole time he's in his 60s.
Well,
Wow.
higher still going. Like his secret is carrots.
Yeah, carrots. Like, and then there are times where we feel bad for like Quagmire, especially with his abusive girlfriend.
I mean, his abusive brother-in-law?
No. But there was one episode where like he had a girlfriend that was really abusive, because you know how Quagmire wants to get laid every time, but she actually she wanted to do it all the time, but she took it too far.
Yeah, it's kind of like meeting a female version of himself. That's what.
Yikes!
Yeah,
I did not know he had an abusive girlfriend. The only person I knew who was abusive was his brother-in-law. But who's worse though?
The brother-in-law.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they both. Also, I'm gonna put something in the private chat in 1 second.
Okay. Another thing. Oh wait, yeah, please.
No, go ahead.
And also another thing, it's also revealed that he's left-handed. That's kind of if you notice. I'm like,
no, I've never noticed. So yeah, I didn't know he was actually left-handed. Huh.
Yeah, and this is one of the craziest things she made him do.
Oh.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
What is his girlfriend's name?
It was Sonia.
Sonia. Okay, let me look her up.
Oh, also Blitz, his dad's name is Ida.
Oh, I'm sorry then. But yeah. What else can I say about Glenn Quagmire? I mean, what are cool features about Quagmire?
Oh yes, right. Okay. One other thing. Yes, his catchphrase "giggity" is an impression of Steve Marmel's impression of Jerry Lewis.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that, and I looked up Sunja. Not what I picture, but yeah, looking through the pictures, yes, I don't want her around me.
Yeah.
Good thing, because she's not real.
Yes, but
But overall, Glenn is an interesting character. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Same 10.
All right, man. Next up is
Brian
No,
Griffin.
not yet. You go. You want to make him mad because
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
sorry.
So yes. So this.
I'm sorry. I was just following through behind the voice actors. I thought we were going through Family Guy first. My bad.
it's
Well, we
okay.
can somehow just break away because you know how mad he'll get.
Mm.
So with this was Seth MacFarlane's directorial debut, where yes, he also plays the title character with motion capture, which it was amazing because motion capture is just really cool nowadays. But with this, it's a really good concept where a boy wishes for his magical teddy bear to come to life and they become best friends through over the years, and it becomes difficult when trying to maintain a relationship and grow to be a man for his girlfriend. It's hard. It's either bros or your girl.
Yeah. And when I found out it was Seth MacFarlane voicing Ted the whole time, I was like, yeah, this is another bear character Seth like voicing.
Yeah, the other one was that guy in Cleveland, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. Which, well, you guys can't explain because you guys probably know him better than I do. But
Well, I
anyway,
only saw little of Cleveland show. Sorry.
I
oh,
can explain it though.
okay, cool. But anyway, Ted, I saw it when it came out. I don't remember how old I was, but yeah, Ted was a pretty interesting movie. From yeah, like the Ted was like really nice when he was younger, but when he got older, he got into some trouble. Like he got arrested at the airport smuggling mushrooms and stuff, and he has a potty mouth. And I would never know that it was a Seth MacFarlane because I did not know who he was back then. So when I grew up, I found out it was Seth MacFarlane. I was like, wow. And remember the joke he mentioned when they're at the party and he was like singing that one song and he's like, a student like, yeah. And he's like, oh, come on. I don't sound like Peter Griffin.
I mean, yeah, it's just it's just Peter with a Boston accent instead of.
Yeah. And remember the scene where sometimes it's blurred, sometimes it's not, depending on which one you're watching. He's drawing on a girl's boobs, and he said, "Do you see? It's proof that girl's eyes look like boobs."
Oh yeah, I do. But my most favorite one for him was like when he and Johnny went to the aquarium, and it was like where he was voicing these
Oh
two things. Like,
yeah.
I buried the wrong woman, and now I lead a life of regret. And then he puts on his stupid voice. I went to New York once in 1981, and I just did not feel safe.
Yeah, I noticed that too when I started watching it a couple times. Like, oh, that's Dewey. I do that voice. So, yeah, and his weakness, like, when someone like squeezes him, he still has that "I love you" sound effect, and he Tony's like, "I'm not gay, you know."
But remember, who was the voice of that "I love you" phone?
Right, Tara Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Let's see here.
like there's just something.
I'll just play something in the chat. But with Ted, yeah, very funny character. Like have some issues here and there, but But the second movie, yeah, it was really good as well. But for my votes, yeah, 8 out of 10 for me.
9.
11 as well.
Okay, so oh boy, the next character, please.
I'm sorry, Blitz.
Yeah, Brian Griffin.
Well, even though Seth MacFarlane forces him, we have to do it anyway. Even though Brian is a hated character.
Yes, I mean, yes. In the earlier seasons, yes, he started out as the voice of reason and a good character where he should have been. Like he still has some funny lines here, but then he just derailed off. Way off. Became one of the most hated characters of all time, and well,
yeah,
there's no way they
Yeah,
have him in
and like he died once, like because in the episode, because he got run by a car, and then he died. Then it's like one of the saddest deaths ever, and then he got replaced by Stewie lookalike, and then a couple of episodes later, Stewie decides to go back in time and save Brian from being killed. So, yeah.
Dude, you got replaced by a dog named Vinny.
Oh, Vinny.
Vinny.
Well, I forgot the name, but yeah.
And yeah, RP to his actor that played him.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
yeah,
Vinny's
right.
actor died?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Yeah,
know his
I
name.
think he was from The Sopranos.
Yeah. His name was Tony, and like he was also in the Very Odd Parents, where he was a Big Daddy.
Right.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Holy crap. Wow. Well, yeah, may he rest in peace. I knew he died, but I didn't know he voiced Vinny as well. I knew he voiced Big Daddy, but dag nab.
And going back to Brian, yeah. They all started with me in 2017, even though that was one of the best years for me. But that's around the time I started watching Family Guy clips. And it's like going through when it's like those clips of Brian, it just made me why did he go to this path? Like or yesterday. Now he's just like an asshole who just wants, love from girls. He tries to oppress them by saying, "Oh, look, I'm an author and all that. Like, yeah, I made books." And remember that episode where he got glasses?
Yes, that was the funniest moment of my life. Like that's one of the funniest things that could ever happen to him.
Well, I didn't see the whole episode, but I saw on YouTube, like, first they went to a sauna and tried to steal the glasses, but they got trapped inside and they came out all regularly. And then, Brian was reading a book and Stewie was like, reading his bat. He's like, "Hey, Brian, yeah?" And he,
boom! Nice. Man, justice was served that day. Thank you, Stewie.
yeah. And let's see. He was dating a girl that he didn't know at first that was blind, and she doesn't know that he's a dog. And what's worse, that her parents actually hate dogs.
Yeah. And this is like one of the few times Brian got screwed. Remember, like all of his ex-girlfriends ganged up on him.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, all of them like chasing him.
Well, how many?
A lot.
Boy. So he's basically a slut then too.
Well, you could just say like a player at that moment. Like, he's similar to Quagmire, but he doesn't take it that low,
Yeah.
But,
he says and I'm adding on to what you're saying, Blitz. It's like this one moment in an episode where Brian tries to have Quagmire to like him, but he gives the reason you suck speak to him, and he says the reason that he is honest about the women that he goes out with, like he's honest about it. They do for their bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Also, remember, like, he was so obsessed with a chew toy, he never got let go of it, and Peter tried him to roll up the car, and then he whiplashed him, and all his teeth fell out after crushing his face into a fire hydrant.
I remember what Quagmire said to him at the Drunken Clam. You look like a used condom.
Yeah, I know. and let's not forget what Jerome said after Quagmire cursed, like, "I cannot believe what you said. If my mom hears this, she'll hear the end of it." And then she came out and was like, "I cannot believe what that meant."
Extra charge for you today.
Oh, Mom. That never gets old. But however, Brian decided to get some new set of teeth, gives him an overbite, and he got mistaken for a house salesman. And the guy that was supposed to sell to them actually hired him and became a house salesman. Even also selling a house to Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, and then of course Quagmire got his revenge at that episode, which was pretty nice.
Yes. How so?
He knocked his teeth out.
Oh. Yeah. Also, the first one he did was a house. He's going. Who is Joe's wife again?
Bonnie.
And like it's like tilted. It's like over a cliff, and Bryce's like, "Are you sure this is safe?" And she grabbed the anti-wheelchair and just started rolling out and just fell off the house. And she's like, "I'll take it."
And then that's another thing. Brian hooked up with Bonnie.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, during like her, who was it? Yeah, it was their son's birthday. That fact, yeah.
Woo. Brian.
And this made the list for most hated characters for me. Top one.
Yeah, and also another reason that he's hateable because remember the episode where Stewie is at a kindergarten place and is actually very terrible, and he explained to Brian about the teacher, and he's about to report her, but because she was so smoking hot, he wouldn't say anything, and the fact that he didn't believe Stewie that she pulled his arm to dislocate his arm, and he tried to push it back in and stuff, and he only finally reported her after seeing that she has a boyfriend.
If you don't get your way, you just want to be a pussy, just call it the cops and all that, Brian. But yeah.
Yeah, and even though he saw Jesus before, he still is considered an atheist.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing about him. Yeah. And overall, nothing else to say. Instead, just being a huge jackass. And yeah, that's my score.
Yeah, a 0 out of 100.
A 1,000,000 kajillion.
Yes. No. I mean, like one thing that I do find fascinating is that Seth MacFarlane, he finds him to be his most favorite character, and he's one of the two characters that he voices with his natural speaking voice.
Do you remember one of Brian's early girlfriends from the early seasons, Julian?
Yes.
She was voiced by Drew Barrymore. Remember?
Yes.
I guess I forgot.
Okay, well, yes, Jillian, yes, yeah, Jillian Christian, she's the ditzy blonde,
Okay.
Wait, yeah, Blitz?
Oh no, I was gonna send him something, but he's gonna do the research himself.
All right. Hey, look, that's kind of ironic when you think about it, because Drew Barrymore, she did voice a dog, from all of the other reindeer.
Yeah, she did, and another dog in the first Beverly Hills Chihuahua movie.
Oh,
other than I'm sorry, but other than Julian, she also voiced Chris's hot teacher in Family Guy.
What?
Oh,
with the big boobs and all that.
Oh. Wow. Dang. I was thinking of teacher with big boobs. Remember that one where they're in Italy and they're in school and this is like shaking was like and he's like, is this convenient? And she's like, oh no, you tell me.
yeah. Hello?
But no, I'm still here, but yeah. Go to hell, you son of a bitch. Literally, I can use that phrase because he's a dog. Even though that's going towards female dogs, but hey.
All right, so okay, moving on to happier times.
Yeah, Chris Griffin.
Like this, I did not expect going through behind the voice actors. Like he voiced Chris in the pilot. That's actually interesting.
Yeah, and seeing the pilot, all their clothes are different colors at the time. And yeah, it was really something else. And at the time, Meg was voiced by Richard McFarlane.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains why her voice was different.
I mean, yeah, Meg got to 3 voice actors, Richard McFarlane, Lacey Chabert, and then finally Mila Kunis.
Oh, Lacey Chabert voiced her before?
Yes, he said a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I prefer her third voice actor. I just her more.
Yeah, same here. But with his voice for Chris, it's not half bad. It's good.
I know I saw a little bit of the pilot, but it's been a while. Maybe I need to check back and see how he sounded, because that's what interests me.
Yeah, even though this was from the pilot, we don't have to really rate it, but it was cool to find out that he actually voiced it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, so next one on the list.
Okay.
Tom Tucker.
Yes, the good old news reporter.
Yeah, Tom Tucker with those. What's the weather like, Ollie?
It's gonna rain!
Thank you, Ollie. Yeah, Tom Tucker, he's an interesting character, funny at times, and getting introduced to his family, his son with the upside down head.
Jake Tucker, also voiced by McFarlane.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I saw the episode with his wife, and she was like, "Go to hell," and Tom Tucker's like, "I'm already here, honey." Like
Yeah.
that's like kids saying like, I go to hell during school because school is hell.
Oh, so true.
How the heck did his son's face get upside down?
I don't know, like
Poison?
his mother is like, a drunk, smoke, maybe effects happen to him.
Probably. That is messed up, man. Like, how can he see though? Like, he's looking everything upside down. He's probably clumsy.
But Tom, Tom Tucker, what is your guys' opinion?
Yeah, he's decent. Like I like his roastings with Diane in the earlier seasons, and my one funniest like part with him is like when he and Diane were in the episode, and then there were fewer where characters were being killed off. He was like, "You see that attitude? That's winter repellent."
Okay. Well, I never really see a lot of clips with him, but I just consider him as a regular news reporter, but he is iconic. I know, because in the Disney Universe version, he was posed as a bunny.
Yes.
Yeah.
But overall score for him, yeah, he gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
9.
7.
Right then, next one.
All right.
Good morning.
Wait, I wrote that down.
I wrote it first.
Yeah, look at that. Well, I also wrote down Peter at the beginning, but I don't complain about that.
Good morning,
Okay.
USA. Yeah.
Yes. Stan Smith. Besides Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane created a show called American Dad and starring Stan Smith, which he voices along with another character, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Stan Smith, he is a
CIA.
Yeah, CIA agent. I'll say CSI for some reason, but yeah, he is that, and he has a big family. He has a son, a daughter, of course, a wife, an alien living in the attic, and a talking fish. But yeah, he's an interesting character. Well, how else would I say about him?
I mean, with Stan, like, yeah, he's just like, his current mood, like when he gets angry and all that, it just reflects on his childhood because in his childhood, like his parents getting divorced and all that, and of course, like his father blaming him for everything. Yeah. But yeah, I do remember this one scene like where they were going to his childhood like flashbacks where he was in a garbage man along with his father called Smith and Son.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's one of the few times I see Darren Norris cursing. He's like, "Get a job, dumbass." Oh man, but Stan, like, yeah, and like for some reason, I don't see Seth voicing him time to time. I see a different person voicing him because I'm used to him like voicing Peter at times.
Because he's using a different voice, but who do you see him voicing him?
A different actor, because like the attitude he puts to Stan, I'm like, I still can't believe that was him the whole time though. Like when I found out years ago.
Well, if you listen closely, like the other family characters,
I
like
know that, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't see Seth like voicing him time to time, like because of the attitude. That's it.
oh, okay, but yeah, what are your thoughts about Stan Smith, Fresh?
Yeah, I guess he's fine. Has his moments there. I just never really watched that much of American Dad, but yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, and finding out that he had a half brother the whole time from like from later episodes, and yeah, American Dad, like, yeah, it's uprising to like Family Guy because of how like they're like years and years and years, like, yeah. And then with Stan, like for working with for the CIA, and I was surprised that like his boss Avery was voiced by Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
But overall score for Stan, yeah, 10 out of
10. Same.
7.
All right, then next one, one of my favorite characters from American Dad, Roger.
Roger. It's just basically Peter Griffin as an alien because he's using his exact voice.
That's
Well,
what I said.
actually, that's an impression of Paul Lynn, who played Templeton in the original Charlotte's Web.
Oh, that makes sense. He does kind of sound like Templeton now that you mention it.
Roger, he's the alien that lives in the attic. He comes time to time to be good or bad, depending on like which outfit he wears.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
hey.
I never seen how they met him, but the reason he has costumes because he's an alien. He didn't want to be in public, so he has countless costumes, men or woman. He's anyone he wants to be and stuff, and yeah, he's all right character. At times he's funny, sometimes he is not. He's actually bad, but he's still an iconic character.
Yeah.
He basically brings out the show in a way.
Yeah, one of his bad costumes and like names was Ricky Spanish. He was the baddest of baddest.
Yeah, I heard
I,
about
re-
that.
I remember like Ricky Spanish did a lot of things. Like he looked at under a nun, so ding, seeing her,
Yikes!
and
Yikes!
shitting on somebody's corpse while doing surgery.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, Ricky Spanish is not that good, my boys. Like but there were times where he helped Steve out with his friends, and for Roger, yeah. And I do remember this awkward scene. Like it was like why? Like he became gay with Klaus for one episode.
Oh,
No, please. Like I saw this so what?
okay, yeah. Let's just drop that.
All right,
But I remember this one. I saw a YouTube video where it said that everyone was like impersonating each other, and Roger had a machine that can remove your face and switch them, like because he's switching with Steve.
oh, and I do remember this one episode where Stan and Roger switch places. Like he lives in the attic, and Roger goes to work, and one of his
Really?
costumes was like impersonating Stan.
Oh, that's what that was. I was wondering about that because, yeah, the one because he was dressed up as Stan when he was in an airplane with Francine and what was that? Haley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, he was over there. And Francine's like, "What are you doing here?" Roger is like, "No, I'm Stan Smith." And I'm just gonna make him sound like Sean Connery. Sweetheart, I like a mega martini, shaken, not stirred. Stirred. Is that how I say it? Stirred. Why are you still here? I just love that.
But yeah, Roger's a good character, and my overall score, along with Stan, 10 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
Agreed. It can range, and what I find most shocking or interesting is the reason why he is the way he is. Like, it can lead to him sick.
What did you say? You were glitching a bit.
Okay, like the reason why Roger is the way that he is that is to prevent him from being sick. Like
insane.
No. I mean, like really sick. Like like he would have like pale flicking skin, weakness, vomiting, or some stuff like that.
I did not know that. Dang. All right then. Next one.
Next one, Tim the Bear from the Cleveland Show. Yeah, as I said earlier, one of the few times Seth voices a bear character. The first ever scene I saw with him was like Cleveland was outside taking out the trash, and Cleveland was like, a bear, a black guy.
So he's basically Cleveland Show's version of Brian in a way.
That's what they said, yeah. And I did remember the joke they made in Family Guy saying like, that's why Seth MacFarlane quit voicing him in season 1 because in like the later seasons it would be just Harnell.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, and I kind of like the voice he gave to Tim the Bear. Like, I like it. But yeah, just having a bear as like a neighbor, yeah, you might scare your neighbors at all. Like, he's
Well,
also
it's just a bear standing on two legs talking, and he's in a tie. So
hmm. So basically, this is Yogi Bear's like cousin from another state.
maybe.
Um, maybe, but Tim the Bear, yeah, I give him a 8 out of 10.
Well, it's unknown for me because I don't really know him that well.
Well, I
That's
mean, like I barely watched the show.
but it's okay. Next character. Yeah, I put this
Jonas
for
Krause from Hellboy 2. One of my favorite movies. Better than the first one, but I still like them both. So, Johan Krause was hired to keep an eye on Hellboy, also help him with their current situations and whatnot. He is a man in a suit, but he's all like gassy because he's made of some kind of mystical smoke and stuff, and he's also German. Uh, so I thought he's an interesting character. Him and Hellboy didn't go along because Hellboy was mostly jealous, but we don't know why he was like this in the first place. But apparently he had a love in his life before he became all vapory and stuff. But yeah, so I think he's an interesting character. He's very smart and whatnot. He's very reasonable. That's all I got to say about him.
Well, all I gotta say, it shocked the mess out of me.
Yeah, me too, because I didn't know that was Seth at the time. Blitz?
Oh yeah, I was really surprised. Like he was in one of the Hellboy movies, and I was like, yeah, this is like one of the few projects like he does like out of the like Family Guy and the American Dad, because other movies that include like Sing 2, Phineas and Ferb and all that really amazed me.
Just the first one. He didn't appear in the second one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan, but like as I said about Phineas and Ferb, that was shocking as well because
It was.
it doesn't
Sorry.
make sense because Dan Povenmire did work on Family Guy.
Yeah.
And other than that, you guys' ratings?
Well, I mean,
10.
I guess yeah, 10.
I go with 8. Yeah. Carter, yes, Peter's father-in-law.
Yes, who is Lois's rich father.
Yeah, Carter. Yeah, he's just that typical like father that just being protective of his family, but like, he takes it a whole other a level because yeah, there are times where he really screws up, like cheating on his wife, basically.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and then
Ooh.
Peter saw
Dang.
that, and basically, um, if he didn't tell anybody about it, like him cheating on his wife, he had to do what Peter said, basically.
Oh God, I
Yeah.
remember that one.
Wow.
Yeah. Carter, like, yeah, guess he's like a decent grandpa for the kids because I remember this one episode where he had to babysit them for the weekend.
And how did that go?
Well, because Carter got so pissed because everybody was on the devices, and he's like reflecting on how he was back in the day and teaching
Man.
like the kids what he did in his days, like what activities he did. And one of them was like throwing flour at your neighbors, basically, and they threw flour on Tom Tucker.
Wow.
And then I remember the episode where he got cancer, but he got treated immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. Carter, yeah, he could be a difficult character at times because of, how rich he is and like and all that. But my score for him has to be wait. Your guys' opinions, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like yes, he did. He did have his moments. Like one of my best moments from him was in regarding Carter, the episode where he gave Lewis a gun for her birthday, but she accidentally shot him and became much more spending time.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I remember the Thanksgiving episode where Carter was like, "That is a nice ass," and Mayor Adam was like, "Thank you."
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Okay, then. But Carter, he's an alright character. I think I don't know what else to say about him, but wow. But hearing a lot from him, dang, I would give him a 6 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Well, there's so many voices in the world. Some of them are bound to be similar with this next one.
Dr.
Dr.
Hartman.
Hartman. The
Yeah.
iconic doctor of the only doctor they go to, basically.
Yeah, and like what you said about similar voices, they actually did that, saying like how we had similar voices and all that.
Yeah, I saw that when Fresh posted that on his YouTube second YouTube channel. It's just funny.
Dr. Harmon, yeah, he's a good doctor. At times, he doesn't have his random moments, and it was cool to find out that Hartman was, based off like Butch Hartman's name.
Well, it makes sense because I bought it Hartman, but what's his actual real name?
Okay. Okay. So to look back. Oh yeah. Wait. Right. Because like before. Wait. What?
It's Dr. Elmer Hartman.
Yeah. Because
Elmer.
yes. Because it's Bruce. It's because it's Butch Hartman's actual full name, Elmer Earl Hartman.
What? Get out of here!
Yeah,
Huh?
and yeah, and to find out like Butch Hartman was actually in the pilot of like Family Guy because he was the original voice of Mr. Weed until Carlos Rapper took over.
Yes.
Yeah, and it does make sense because Butch Hartman and Seth MacFarlane didn't work on like a lot of Cartoon Network shows at the time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was Dexter's Laboratory, Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel, and Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Remember this one cutaway where he was analyzing Popeye?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I must say, even though we're not talking about him, like Seth MacFarlane's Popeye voice was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Witty
And
constipation
apparently
part.
you had a stroke that explains your eye and your speech pattern. Oh dear. I like something he said, oh dear, at one of his things.
That's good stuff.
And like his starting, like I think Seth could be a good Porky Pig someday.
I love to see that.
But yeah, and Dr. Hartman was so nice that he gave one of his kidneys to like Peter.
Oh yeah, because in the episode, Peter had a kidney infection because he was drinking too much beer, or how did it actually happen?
Was it from like when he was addicted to the Red Bull or something?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that makes
And he
sense.
made it like a
Also,
mega.
well, yeah, I
Red
do
Bull
remember.
thing.
I do remember seeing that as a kid. Growing up, and yeah, I saw that scene where Brian was about to get surgery, and apparently, his Dr. Hartman's kidney was actually a match with Peter's, so Brian didn't have to do the surgery.
Yeah. Dr. Hartman, yeah, in my opinion, yeah, very good character. He is funny. Don't really have a problem with him at all. Like, yeah, one of the few I don't have a problem with Family Guy. My world score for him was like 10 out of 10.
100 out of 10.
9.
Yeah. All right, next one. Mike.
Well, what else can I say about him? He's a dick.
He's a mouse.
He's a mouse D. How about that?
Mousy.
Yep. So, and this movie, animals living their lives, who want to sing. Mike is one of those characters. He's a jazz player. Also wants some Monet. He's basically a cheater and whatnot in games. Also got himself in trouble with bears, but he's okay. But he didn't get himself a girlfriend and stuff. Even though he's a total douche, he is surprisingly a good singer in his contest. So he's a good singer, but still a pretty much of a douche. So, your opinions?
Yeah, speaking of singer, his voice is supposed to be like that of famous singer Frank Sinatra. So that
Well, it makes sense because one of his songs, every
My
time it
Way.
rains, pains from heaven, I was singing. So yeah,
And
I
My
didn't know. I didn't know Frank Sinatra that well, so I wouldn't give that connection. But after recently seeing a video of many times that Frank Sinatra was in Looney Tunes, so yeah.
And well, yes, despite everything that we like call him, because even though if it is true, he did warm up when Mina started to sing her song, But
Well, yeah, but he still got chased by the bears he got in trouble with, and it wasn't shown. But the bear actually got in the car that they're escaping from, and it's rumored that he probably got killed by him.
yeah, I've seen much worse on the internet. If you saw much more, it was just ooh.
Hmm. But for Mike, I would give him a 4 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, 5.
Yeah, same.
All right.
Man.
Okay, but just gotta be prepared. So like, let's say, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the Cooling Man. First appearing in the episode where Peter was in court for what reason?
Okay, so let's see. I say we're searching, we're running, we're running. Okay, can I please ask everyone to please stop saying "oh no" in this courtroom? Because the freaking Kool-Aid guy gonna keep showing up.
I just love that Phil Moore just cursed right there. That's good.
Yeah, it's the first episode. Death has a shadow.
Oh, so it's the very first episode. Okay, so yeah, he's been appearing ever since. Every time, people saying "oh no," and he just hears that and just crashes into a wall. Oh yeah, and it's just a awkward silence, and it just steps back out of the hole. And remember, when Dewey and Brian were like going back in time, and they actually went to that first episode and actually ran into him. It was actually hanging outside, smoking, just waiting, and they're like asking questions and stuff. And he messaged Q, and everyone always said they're all no, but he said his oh yeah too late, and then he actually like tripped over and shattered himself. He's like, "You guys freaking did this! Messing me up! Talking about my liquid. Frick you!"
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, he did play him as a Joker too. I would totally love to see Seth playing him for like the commercials.
Yeah,
He's a good voice.
I agree.
I hope our score for him at 10 out of 10.
10.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, then. Next one, matey.
Hey, me father was a tree.
Seamus. But Seamus. I don't mean to do that, but Seamus, he's got a human head, but peg leg arms and legs. And apparently, his chest is also wooden. So, what's the deal here?
Well, I mean, apparently, I guess he's that one guy. Well, oh, wait, God dang it, I messed up my joke.
Okay.
I think he meant his like backstory.
Say what?
Right, talk about his backstory, like how that happened to him.
Yeah, is that what you? Oh, no, wait, who are you talking to?
I was talking to Christian. I was like, is that what he meant by like his backstory of how like when he lost his arms and legs?
Yeah, because I don't know what happened to him.
Don't really remember that much, but I'm about to keep writing down. Saved. Okay. It says here he first said that he lost his legs in a fight with sea serpents back in the pirate days.
Wow.
And then he changed the story, saying later he was tortured by skeleton pirates that cut off his limbs.
Well, which one do you like better, the sea serpent or the skeletons?
I mean, it's kind of like the story of Joe, of like how he was, how his legs, got paralyzed and all that. First, it was the wrench. I find out it was Bunny Briggs. Either one, but yeah, the cool characters set fire to like pirate parody and all that. Like, yeah, there were times where like they would come into like the dark climate and and you get to see like Peter with his friends and all that. Yeah, I remember this one time Peter and his friends were like, putting all their arms in the middle, and then like he put his arm like in his back, like he was like, no, oh man. Like any funny moments for you guys?
Well, I don't really know him that well, so it's an unknown for me. So
Well, for me, yes, I give nine out of 10 because like like I like that he can be like helpful at times.
Yes. Let's see here. Yeah. Same with you. I see you got older now.
The what?
Yeah, well, what do you want to give us?
Oh, hang on, my mom's coming. Be right back.
This one real well.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm about to bring out the last character we're gonna talk about stuff.
Okay. Why not? Herbert did it. YMCA. It's fun to sing at the YMCA. Hmm. You and I are so awfully different, too awfully different to ever be pals. You may think we're in sync, but we stink as a duo. Cause you get a kick out of carnage and guts, and you get a kick without stroking your. Wait, you can't say that on TV. Yeah, I already wrote that down, bro. Hello?
Wait, then.
Yeah, I already did.
Oh, okay, so like, yeah, that's the last character.
Oh no, it's fine. Wait, you can't say that on TV. What ego? Whatever. You're too different to ever be pals. All right. Well, this gives me time. Okay, okay. You'll get chills through your body, and you'll lose all control of your bladder and your sphincter. That's your bump. Oh, and you better wise up. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. After you're done with that, can you sing the Kentucky song?
Oh, right, right. Dun, 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 dun. Kentucky is a state. Kentucky is a state. All the people there are dicks. Kentucky is a state.
Yeah, but I was surprised that Peter became the king of all black people at that point. And like, yeah, there's a scene where Peter was teaching some black kids how to play chess. And he was asking which one's the king, and the the black kid was trying to point at it, but Peter took his hand. He was like, "You're the king."
Oh, okay.
And yeah, oh yeah. Even though this is about Seth, do you remember this one Family Guy cutaway where like it was like New Year's and Chris was after like everybody was like Happy New Year's and then Chris was like, "Some animals give me boners."
Yes.
But yeah, before like get the back and everything. Seth MacFarlane, like yeah, when I found out like he was voicing like majority of the characters of the show, I was like, he has real good talent, just like Alex Hirsch.
And yes, he's one of the inspirations for me as well, other than Trey Parker and Matt Stone, because they were the key inspirations for animation and stuff for me. But this was a blessing because oh wait, hold on a second, time. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, so like yes, Seth. It's a good thing that Seth is one of the many creators of his series to voice the majority of some characters, and yeah, it's very impressive. It's a blessing. And speaking of which, this was also the even though this kind of like maybe a little bit off topic, but this is also the anniversary of my first ever full on appearance for YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good on you.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe I might. This was the day that I was supposed to like also do something to get me back to become just be able to perfect everything. Like, and when I say perfect, I mean just of course like do better. Don't gotta be perfect, but you got the idea.
Yeah. And let's see here. Depending on that, you did all the voices and all that. Oh yeah, this is one scene. Yeah, I'll just wait for Christian to come back. But yeah. Let's see. And yeah, I like how he kept going on, even though like Family Guy was canceled a lot of times here and there.
Oh, right, because because of like either people's opinions, but it was the high DVD sales. Thank God for that. If that would have happened, then well. But just think about it. Yeah, first aired in 1999, got canceled in 2002, and then brought back, and then the second time that it was canceled, I don't know which one, but it's a good thing that they're still just running. But still some cons there about the same old stuff, and I just hope that it can just find its way to become like everybody else for who's going on still for so long to just you know like if you ever try to ask someone if they long for the good old days if they could just bring that back for Christ's sake.
Trust me, I had that same thing this morning. I had a flashback about 2017, and I just wonder, like, whatever happened to the people that I used to talk to, and then of course going to different schools and all that. You ever just wonder what happened to them afterwards?
Yes, every single day. That's why I keep on having these dreams about them. That's why I just try to like call to check in, but I guess I guess some people just want to move on. So I'm just glad that I have y'all as backup and stuff.
Same here. Also, I had a dream last week.
Yes.
I kept like waking up and going back to sleep, but one of my dreams, right? Mark Ruffalo was in it for some reason, and he was talking to me. It was like, "Are you mad?" I was like, "Mad about what? The She-Hulk series?" And yes, and no, he's like, "No. Are you mad that are you gonna be mad if I join DC?" And that's when I woke up.
What the? Oh,
I was
okay.
like, "Listen, you can do anything you want. That's your deal. You already fucked up She-Hulk."
Oh, wow. Okay, when you put it like that.
Like, goddamn, you ruined my Hulk. God forbid, who are you gonna be in DC then?
Yeah. Who is he gonna be? I mean, let's see.
Like in my dreams, I was like, which character would you like to be in DC? Because at this point, former Marvel stars, now are currently in DC. Like, even though it doesn't count, Ben Affleck is one of them.
Okay, but does it count because Marvel wasn't a part of. Right.
Yeah. And let's see here. Who is another one? And then of course it came reverse with now DC stars becoming Marvel stars, like with Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Yes.
And was Christian Bale recently was really surprising to see.
Yes.
Uh,
Even if
oh
yeah.
another shocker, Andy Serkis.
Oh wait, yeah, like yes, Claw from Black Panther. I mean, like the MCU, MCU.
Yeah, MCU, and then really shocked that he played Alfred from the Batman movie from months ago.
Oh, right, that.
I was like, wow, he could do anything. It's legit a Batman movie with Edward and Golem.
Yes.
When you bring Twilight and the Lord of the Rings together, that's what you get, people.
You get let's see, you get
All right, I'm back.
I got a joke.
Okay. But yeah, for our last character for Seth MacFarlane, go ahead.
Jeff McGarland.
Yeah, I like how they parody his name.
Yeah, so it was in the episode Nerds of a Feather where Doofenshmirtz reveals some type of show to this producer, Jeff McFarlane, parody of Seth MacFarlane. We all know that, and that's all that was. It was a blessing to have him there because, of course, Phineas and Ferb is one of those shows have BCE.
Hmm. Yeah, he was a good character. Like, I'll give him a 8 out of 10.
Same.
Well, because I don't know him either, it's unknown for me because I've never seen that episode.
Okay. If I was okay, so let me expand. Like, okay, Nerds of Feather. It was the one episode where Phineas and Ferb either just like takes different sides. Phineas chooses this futuristic type of genre, while Ferb chooses.
Oh, right. I forgot about that episode. I haven't seen it in so long. And I wouldn't catch that that character you're describing was based on that guy. So, yeah, I need to rewatch that episode.
And then yeah. First we're talking about our opinions about Seth, but Christian, what's your final result for Seth MacFarlane?
For Seth, even though I'm kind of like affiliated, but not really because I don't watch the shows that much, but I'll give him a 9 out of 10.
A million out of 10. That guy's a genius.
Yes, infinity out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about Christopher Lloyd.
I'm sorry, bro, but apparently you have something else in mind, which is